The world's not buying your bullshit you're peddling. The world is not saying, you know what, you're right. Chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders. I don't want my kids being taught.
Alrighty, so today we have a video that popped up on my For You, on my recommended. I'm not sure what it is labeled here in YouTube, but I saved it to my watch later because I thought I would react to this. This is something I would normally watch maybe on my own time, but I would like to see and hear your guys' feedback, see what you guys think of this type of content. But this one is called When Athletes Shut Down Woke Reporters. I'm very intrigued to hear the response from you guys, so make your voices heard in the comments. But before we get into the video, if you enjoy the intro and our outro song, the link to my music will be in the description. And if you'd like access to all my early content, as well as have your name displayed here on my videos, not sure which side it's on, make sure to join and become a member. Hit the bell to also be notified when I do upload. My uploading schedule, in case you guys would like to keep up: Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's been like this for quite some time, and I'm going to keep it going because consistency is key. Now, without further ado, let's get into When Athletes Shut Down Woke Reporters. Let's go.
2-bedroom, all gender. It's like, what is this? Where I have to go?
You ask me some stupid like that, go yourself.
Don't dehumanize me up here. I can post whatever I want.
These are 8 examples of professional athletes destroying woke reporters, starting with MMA fighter Sean Strickland, who got into an extremely heated argument with a Canadian reporter, because instead of asking questions about the actual sport, the reporter started by asking questions about the LGBTQ community and comments Sean...
I have nothing against the community, but the fact that this is a sports event, a UFC event, and they're not talking about the actual craft, the work, all that, you know, it's politics. And whenever politics gets into anything that's non-political, a lot of times I just don't like it. There's like a time and a place, right? And it's just not the time or the place.
Asking questions about the LGBTQ community and comments Sean made about it in the past.
We've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said, if I had a gay son, I would think I'd...
Oh, look, another I'm saying to you, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and someone said...
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance
no,
to interact with a more diverse...
Are you... Let me know, are you gay?
Can I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking, this is part of... Are you a
he
gay
gets
man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you know, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak man, dude. You're part of the problem. You elected Justin Trudeau. Like, when he sees the
I don't know who Justin Trudeau
you're
is.
just pathetic. And the fact that you have no backbone, and has he shut down your country and seized bank accounts? You ask me some stupid shit like that, go yourself.
But even after that brutal beatdown on the mic, the reporter doesn't call it quits and proceeds to question Sean about words he has said about the transgender community in the past. This leads to an even more heated back and forth.
Question, but I did want to ask also things you said about the trans community. You said this past October when they announced the Bud Light sponsorship that you'd go so hard on Bud Light in your next fight, they'll have to accept me or denounce me.
The reporter refers to a social media campaign by Bud Light, which sponsored a transgender influencer to promote the beer. Many Bud Light fans got mad at this, including Sean.
Here's the thing about Bud Light. 10 years ago, to be trans was a mental illness. And now all of a sudden, people like you have weaseled your way into the world.
Is that a conversation you guys are ready for?
You are an infection.
Put it in the comments.
You are the definition of weakness.
Do you guys feel that there is a correlation between mental illness and the trans people? What do you guys think?
Everything that is wrong with the world is because of you. And the best thing is the world's not buying it. The world's not buying your bullshit you're peddling. The world is not saying, you know what, you're right. Chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders. I don't want my kids being taught about, you know, who they could school. I don't want my kids being taught about
not at school,
their sexual preference.
Any of that.
Sean absolutely batters the reporter, blaming him for the world's problems, but it doesn't just stop there.
I'm not sure who Sean Strickland is. I feel like I've heard his name. I don't know much about UFC. Like, I don't really watch fights and stuff. like obviously you hear the popular names, and me being a WWE fan, I'm slowly learning more about UFC just through that. But I agree with a lot of what he's saying.
Absolutely batters the reporter, blaming him for the world's problems.
You want to look at the enemy to our world? It's that mother right there, asking these stupid questions.
He then goes further in on his opinion on the LGBTQ plus community and attacks the country of Canada for not having free speech due to the heavy amount of censorship against traditional values.
I like the gays. Here's the thing, I've never, you guys think I've ever shit on a gay man or shit on a gay one? I don't. I like the gays. It's freedom. We still have it in America. We'll teach you about it. You guys don't have freedom of speech. I'm surprised what I'm saying is probably going to get the Canadian government to arrest me. So I don't give a who you I don't give a what you want to do in life.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck who you fuck, bro.
But don't tell kids about it.
Yeah,
don't teach that shit in school. Don't
keep the kids out of it,
your
bro.
agenda. Don't try to brainwash people. Don't try to go past parents. Don't try to go past all this shit and brainwash people.
Clips of this interview went viral across social media, with most people siding with Sean and finding it stupid to ask those types of questions.
Okay.
But the interview
That's
went
good.
so viral that Sean's boss, the CEO of the UFC, Dana White, was confronted by a reporter the next day on how he lets his fighters say whatever they want. And Dana does not take it well.
You were talking about, like, you obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, you know, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
I'm like...
Free speech.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
what people say? Gonna tell people what to believe? Gonna tell people... I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes.
Talk that
Dana had to
shit,
explain
Dana.
the basic principle of free speech to the reporter, leaving him speechless as he tried to move on to another question.
What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever they want. And I don't think there's any... We had two gay women who fought in the co-main event. They sat on the stage with Sean Strickland. They could give a shit what Sean Strickland thinks, or what he says, or what his beliefs are, or what his opinions are. You know what I mean?
In a world where most sports leagues are trying to limit what their athletes can say to comply with the woke agenda, Dana did not care at all and stood on business. But switching over to American football, NFL head coach Todd Bowles of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was asked multiple strange questions about how
I don't
he
know
felt
anything
being
about
one
football
of the few
either.
black coaches in the league. But the reporter failed to get the stereotypical answer he was looking for, as Bowles didn't play into the race baiting one bit.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with them and your thoughts on Steve Wilkes joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us being coaching against each other. I think it's normal. Wilkes got an opportunity.
Shout out
to
to
do a
this
good
dude right
job.
here, bro.
Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
Yup, that reporter just asked the coach if he and two other black coaches were friends.
What
solely
kind
because they
of
are both
question is that, bro? That's low-key a racist question, right? Because you're assuming that because he is black, you're like, oh, then he must... We're going to ask about his relationship with the other black coaches because they're black, so there must be some kind of relationship there that we want to dig into. But, like, your question is based off of race, not the actual, you know, let's say your coaching experience.
And even after Bowles shut down the question, the next reporter doubled down on it.
But you also understand that representation matters too, right? And that when young aspiring coaches or even football players,
oh my gosh,
you know, they see someone that looks like them, maybe grew up like them, that has to mean something.
Well, when you say you see you guys and look like them and grow up like them, means that we're oddballs to begin with. And I think the minute you guys stop making a big deal about it, everybody else will as well.
And once the clip went viral, everyone was
this
agreeing
dude.
with his response and were weirded out by the type of questions the reporters were asking.
Yeah,
they praised
thank
Coach
you.
Bowles for
You're
recognizing
right.
it
Yes,
and
friends.
flipping it against the media for grouping the three black coaches up. But this next moment involves a world-famous tennis player, Rafael Nadal,
I've heard of this guy's
responding
name.
to a reporter who asked him about the gender pay gap in tennis.
Quería preguntarte que, a pesar de que aquí no pase y que en los 4 Grand Slam haya equiparación salarial entre mujeres y hombres, en muchos otros torneos esto no ocurre. ¿Qué opinión te merece que las mujeres cobren menos que los hombres en el tenis y que en qué crees que se basa esa desigualdad? Gracias.
Pues no lo sé. No sé en qué se basa en el fútbol, o en el golf, o en el modelaje. No sé. ¿Por qué las mujeres ganan más que los hombres en
It's
el
about the
tema
money you
de-
bring in,
de
man.
la moda?
Simple. That's how business
Pues no lo
is.
sé. Pero ahí sí que tampoco hablamos todo el día de diferencia salarial.
He brought up a great point about how female models, on average, make significantly more than male ones, but no one ever complains about that. He then talks about how the media cares more about popular headlines than the actual answer
Yeah,
and
that
likes to
sucks.
twist his words.
Entiendo tu pregunta, pero es que llegamos a un momento dado que estamos haciendo todo el rato preguntas capciosas, preguntas que estamos buscando todo el rato la polémica, ¿no? Y
That sucks,
os
that-
interesa más un titular que puede vender que lo que yo digo.
Yeah, that's what it's turned
Pues
into.
no te voy a contestar más sobre este tema porque creo que contesto habitualmente de manera coherente y correcta.
Why you can't find the motivation to do the things
I have the
you want
motivation,
to
bitch.
Y a veces se tergiversan las palabras que yo digo y evidentemente tengo madre, tengo hermana y son de las personas que más quiero en este mundo, o sea que ¿qué más quiero yo que los hombres y las mujeres seamos exactamente igual y tengamos todos los mismos derechos, ¿no? A quien gane más, quien gane
Same
menos,
rights, same
que no por
opportunities.
ser hombre o por ser mujer se gane más o se gane menos. Se tiene que ganar más o se tiene que ganar menos.
Jordan, real quick, Jordan Peterson mentioned this, and to me, it's a big foundation of my mentality or just my belief system. He says equality of opportunity, but not equality of outcome. Marinate that or think about it. If you heard it before, let me know. But that is so true because as far as it being important in society, we do all have the same opportunities, but we can't get the same outcome because if one of us is busting their ass more than the other, then the other one's not going to earn the same outcome. And that's not based off race, religion, sexuality, any of that. It's simple work ethic. So we can't have equality of outcome because what's the point of working hard if the person that doesn't do anything is still going to get the same result, the same benefits? Not hell no.
Por la calidad de tu trabajo o por lo que tú seas capaz de vender o generar.
But similarly is this next athlete, wrestler and MMA fighter Ronda Rousey, who was asked about her thoughts on the gender pay gap.
Just another quick one about Angela's question on equality just before. We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it
What is
frustrating
she
for
gonna
you
say about this?
as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen Show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC.
They are
that sort of thing is
booing.
still going on.
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
That was a great answer and
Yeah.
reinforced the key
Great
point
answer,
that these
great
sports
answer.
leagues are businesses, and if you make them money, they will pay you. But that wasn't the only time she shut down a woke question, as during another interview, she was asked if she thinks female superheroes are over-sexualized, a belief that has been popularized by
Oh,
Hollywood.
interesting.
You've expressed interest in liking superheroes, and a lot of Hollywood is coming out that the representation is very over-sexualized. What do you think about the portrayal in media
Of superheroes? Superhero women? I mean, the guys have like 16 packs. I mean, it's very much like an over-idealized idea of what a human being should be, and so
Both ways. Same shit.
I think that the male superheroes are overly masculinized and, you know, the women are overly feminized. And, you know, I think that's just part of like the whole superhero universe, really.
Her answer to the question showed how exaggeration is a part of what it means to be a superhero, and how it isn't specific to any gender despite what Hollywood wants you to think. But next is NBA superstar Kyrie Irving, who was questioned by the media for posting about a movie that allegedly had offensive topics in it.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so I
We're in
presume
2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different.
But less than a minute later, he was asked about the movie again, and this time he was sick of it.
To follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me doing, do you see me in front of the...
Just sharing what he likes.
Say that you are
I put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
It's not
you put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not
so let's move on.
filled
let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want. So
you can
say
post
that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's
Nothing.
not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people that
what
you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
But by
He
posting,
told you to move on, bro.
Anybody is gonna
You're
look at
interviewing
and they're gonna
him.
say,
You guys have any more
Respect
questions?
the
interviewee. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again.
Now, while the book might have offensive info, Kyrie argued that it's his right to
What
post
movie
what he
or book are
wants,
they
and
talking
the media
about?
shouldn't think they can take that right away. Next up is easily the funniest on this list. Russian martial arts champion Khabib Nurmagomedov was asked by businessman Patrick Bet-David about what he thought about America having more than two genders, and his response was priceless.
A very technical question for you. I know you're a math guy, and this one may be a tough question for you. If you're uncomfortable answering this one, I'm totally okay with that. In America, we have a few hundred genders. How many genders do you guys have in Russia? I know you're a math guy, that's why I'm asking. I think maybe there's a...
Like... Here is like, I see only women and men. There is no between.
Got it. Got it.
No between.
But if you thought that was funny, Khabib then proceeds to tell a personal story of not knowing which bathroom to enter in a Californian coffee shop.
It's crazy. It's like first time in my life, couple weeks ago, and I was in California. I was like on coffee shop. It's like,
damn it, California.
I really want to go bathroom. It's like, can I go bathroom? Okay, they told me code, and I'm coming like 2 bedroom, all gender. It's like, what is this? Where I have to go? First time I see it, like I stopped, like
what is this?
I stayed like 5 seconds there, like where's woman, where's man? I locked the door. Anybody inside? It's like, okay. It's like I don't know, but I grew up in very traditional place, with very traditional family. I'm very happy with this. Like, I am from big mountains, and we have only 2 gender.
But next, if you want to see actual politicians destroy woke reporters, click on this video on screen to keep watching.
Okay, that video right there on... So that video that popped up, you guys, if that's something you would like me to watch and react to, let me know. Put it in the comments. I'm going to save it for later. Yeah, if you guys would like to see that on the channel, let me know. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and put any recommendations in the comments. If you see a recommendation you like, give it a like so I know which video to get to first. But more importantly, I hope you guys have a beautiful, awesome, wonderful day, night, evening. I love y'all. Peace.